Republic of Poland was established in 1918 when the Great War ended. It had been created a few times previously, but countries like Germany and Russia kept on conquering it. Many other countries also got their independence that year, like Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Yugoslavia, and Czechoslovakia. Marshal Joseph Pilsudski wasn't stated as head of state. He remained as an autocratic leader until 1935, when he died. During these years, Russia, or the Soviet Union now, tried to invade, but they lost miserably. Poland remained as a free republic until the 1st of September of 1939, when Germany invaded with a blitzkrieg. The USSR and Nazi Germany had signed a non-aggression pact. This meant that they wouldn't fight each other, but they signed secretly behind everyone's backs that they got half and half Poland. And besides that, the Soviet Union got the countries north of that. Poland was under Nazi Germany until 1945, and they had one of the strongest resistance movements during the war. In the Yalta Conference, it was sanctioned the formation of a new provisional pro-communist government in Poland, and this was of course led by Stalin. They lost a little bit of territory to the USSR, but they gained a lot of territory to Germany. And later on, the Soviet Union annexed Poland. And they were not happy about this, but they complied. And under the communist rule, they thrived pretty much, and there were not as many problems until a few years later. In the 1980s, the Polish grew unhappy with the conditions that they had to live with, this being high food prices and not enough jobs. And this led to the creation of the independent trade union called Solidarność, otherwise known as Solidarity. And they were persecuted by martial law in 1981, but eventually succeeded in 1990 with Lech Walesa, and this became the first partially free and democratic parliamentary elections since the end of World War II. The country, now with a much more liberal government, had many improvements in human rights, such as freedom of speech and internet freedom without censorship. And in 1999, they joined NATO and started talks about joining the European Union. In 2004, Poland successfully joined the European Union, and the country has seen a lot of prosperity and has been thriving with this. In recent years, there have been protests against judicial reforms that will let the government fire or fine judges if they don't like what they did in court. One of the most recent protests has been about abortion, and the government wants to put even more rules on, even though they are already one of the most strict countries about abortion in Europe. Tons of people have taken it to the streets to start protesting against this law that doesn't implicate men, but they're the ones who are making it. They're making choices over women's bodies when they have no clue of what a woman has to go through a pregnancy. Poland has gone through many ups and downs through all of its history. It's been conquered, reconquered, been established, world wars. It's been a crazy ride for them, but finally I think they have gone to a very good path, even though they do need to make some choices which don't implicate the women's bodies and leave women's bodies alone. Thank you.